In a city of unusual sights, this one sticks out.
He's between the two trees right now.
Tonight, News Specialist Andrew Adams has his own exclusive look inside the mysterious Skinwalker Ranch.
Behind him was this very large black humanoid figure. It's scary. You know, I was genuinely afraid of this thing.
What the fuck is that?
Not just forests and fields, but every corner of our world holds secrets waiting to be revealed. From alien visitors to legendary beasts, spooky encounters in the woods to mysterious creatures caught on camera. Hang on as the unexpected hides everywhere. Forest Visitor. Did a lost hiker really meet an alien in the woods? Let's find out the truth behind it. In 2024, a young hiker wandering through a dark forest came across a species totally out of this world. As his flashlight beam traveled across the grass, he spotted a strange figure sitting there. The creature had dark skin and big, glowing eyes. When the light hit it, the being quickly stood up and went behind some bushes and might be scared of the lights. The hiker moved closer to look, but when he shined his light again, the mysterious visitor was gone. It looked like some alien. As he made his way out of the forest, he couldn't help but feel that he was not alone in the universe. Mysterious beast. Near some green bushes, a local saw a scary black creature. It wasn't like anything they'd witnessed before. Firstly, he thought it might be a dog or a wolf, but then it jumped like a kangaroo. The creature had legs and a tail. Local wondered if he had seen a cryptid, a mysterious animal that some think doesn't exist. But I knew one thing for sure. I would never look at the bushes the same way again, and will always wonder what strange beings could be hiding just out of sight. Woods giant. While walking, a hunter saw a sight that made him question everything he thought he knew about the woods. A dark, giant figure was moving between the trees. He quickly grabbed his camera and zoomed in. He didn't want to get too close to such a big creature. As he watched, the figure went behind a tree, trying to hide. It might be a Sasquatch. These legendary giants are famous for being hard to spot. As the hunter took pictures, he wondered if he could convince everyone that this legendary creature was real. Well, I'm convinced for sure. And what about you? Midnight Visitor. One night, a local got a big surprise. He felt like someone was watching him, so he shined a light into the dark. Behind some leaves, he saw an alien standing there. The alien didn't look happy about being spotted. Maybe it was camera shy. When the alien realized it was seen, it quickly turned around and disappeared behind the leaves. Just then, the air filled with strange sounds. It was like a helicopter, but different. Was it the alien's UFO coming to pick it up? The local was left wondering if he'd seen a visitor from outer space. Midnight Beast. A hunter's late-night woods trip turned into an unforgettable adventure. In the darkness between the trees, he spotted a giant creature.
What the fuck is that?
It was huge, with big eyes. For a few seconds, it stared right at the hunter, giving him goosebumps. A real-life Sasquatch. Then the Sasquatch turned and went back into the shadows. It might not want to be in today's headlines. Well, animals deserve their privacy too.
What the fuck is that?
Night Watcher. In a Brazilian village, a spooky species was caught on camera. A villager was out at night when he saw two shiny dots in the darkness. When he shone a light, he got a big shock. Hidden behind leaves and branches was a face, like a dog, but not quite right. It was big, black, and definitely not a normal pet. Could this be the legendary dogman people whisper about? The footage spread quickly, making everyone speechless. This creepy clip left the village buzzing with fear. What else might be hiding in the night? No one knows, so be careful. Cave Whispers. In Iraq, 2016, locals found a deep tunnel underground. Curious, they shone a light inside and dropped something to check if anyone was down there. Sitting near the opening, they covered it with a big stone for safety. But when they started to seal it, a terrifying incident happened. Dark, creepy hands appeared out of the tunnel. They looked like zombie hands. Or maybe a mythical creature like Gollum from The Lord of the Rings. The scared locals pushed hard to close the tunnel with the stone. Was the creature inside feeling trapped? Or was this its secret way in and out? Whatever it was, it didn't want to be shut in. Goatman Chase. The woods were filled with mystery, but nothing could prepare you for the creature hiding in the shadows. It wasn't a normal animal, it was a goat monster. It had a human body, but the face of a goat. It was running on 2 legs just like us. Suddenly, it jumped right in front of the camera. You probably felt goosebumps all over. Imagine seeing a half-human, half-goat creature in real life. That night, you might have learned that the woods hold more than just trees. They keep secrets that could change everything. Cave UFO. Caves are more than just dark, rocky spaces. They can be home to incredible surprises. As a big round rock moved all by itself, and guess what came out? A flying saucer. The UFO was round and had lights on it. It might have been dark in the cave, which is why the lights were on. It spun around as it flew out of the cave. Then, like magic, the rock moved back into place, closing the cave entrance. It looked just like a secret portal to outer space. The whole thing reminded me of the Alibaba story, where a magic cave opened for treasure. A similar case was reported above. Forest mystery. 2 men were exploring a forest at night in 2021. They shined their lights around until they found a big slab on the ground that looked like flower petals. As they were fixing it, when suddenly they saw a red light in the distance dot. They zoomed in with their camera, and what appeared was a strange figure with glowing red eyes, just staring at them without moving. It could be a forest spirit, or an alien, or maybe something we've never seen before. This spooky encounter left everyone wondering what secrets the dark woods might be hiding. Watchful Woods. Imagine enjoying a family day out when suddenly you spot a giant watching you from the shadows. That's exactly what happened to one family in the woods. Their kid pointed at something strange, and when everyone looked, they saw a dark figure staring right at them. The family became shocked, thinking it might be a Sasquatch. These mysterious creatures are said to live in the woods. Some say Sasquatches are guardians of the forest, with eyes that glow with ancient wisdom. The creature was either protecting its home or checking out the visitors. With a sense of respect, they decided to move quietly, knowing they had glimpsed a hidden world in the woods. Woods Wanderer. A tourist in some green woods got more adventure than he expected. Under a tree, he spotted a shadowy creature under the tree. It had weird, spiky hair sticking straight up. The creature seemed confused, like it didn't know what to do next, and just kept staring at the tree. The tourist started filming, thinking maybe it was an alien looking for its lost UFO there. But just as things were getting really interesting, the tourist video suddenly cut off. Now I am wondering what happened next. Whether the alien found its way home, or if it's still out there in the woods, searching for a way back to space. Tree Squirmer. In the Amazon jungle, where the trees stand tall and still, a strange creature hung from the branches. Want to know what it was? The pine squid. This strange being had shiny black tentacles that looked like pine needles. Unlike regular squids that live in the ocean, this one could survive on land. It blended in with the trees, making it hard to spot. Locals whispered about its scary abilities. Some said it could freeze people with a touch, or make a humming sound that stops you in your tracks. So the next time you walk through the Amazon, beware, because the pine squid may be watching from the branches above, ready to make you its next mystery. Glowing encounter. Have you ever witnessed something in the woods that filled you with fear? If not, then this upcoming encounter will. In 2006, two men were walking through a forest when they suddenly found themselves in shock. They spotted a strange creature hiding among the trees. As they got closer, it turned to face them. They saw its glowing, shiny eyes and thought it might be a chupacabra or a skinwalker. Those glowing eyes haunted them, a memory they would carry for the rest of their lives. Night Road Scare. Two friends were driving home one night when they got the shock of their lives. The road cut through empty fields, and everything was pitch black. Suddenly, they felt like they weren't alone. One friend shined a flashlight out the car window into the field. What they saw made their hearts skip a beat. A scary, pale creature that looked almost human was running straight at their car. It moved in a weird way that didn't seem normal. The friends didn't wait to find out what it was. They quickly sped up, leaving the creepy creature behind. It could be a skinwalker from Spooky Stories, or something else. Whatever it was, those friends won't forget that scary night drive. Scary encounter. At night, a folk was driving on a road between fields. Suddenly, a giant creature jumped from the right side of the road to the left side. It happened so quickly, like within seconds. The beast seemed much bigger than a dog. It had 4 legs and a long tail too. It moved like lightning, crossing the road in seconds. It was hard for the driver to make sense of what he'd seen. It looked like some kind of cryptid, a monster from local legends, but he was not sure. All he knew was that this midnight encounter left him shaken, and he would surely avoid that route home next time. Unexpected discovery. At an abandoned site between a broken wall, something shocking was caught on video. A local spotted a weird, skinny creature with horn-like ears up there. It looked just like the goblins from old stories. When the creature realized it was being filmed, instead of running away, it started making weird hand moves, almost like it was teasing the person with the camera. Then, quickly, it jumped away and vanished into the air. I hope it will be safe after that long jump. Highway Ghost. A family was driving home on a dark highway at night. Signboards passed by as they drove along. Suddenly, on the right side of the road, they saw a spooky thing. A figure dressed all in white was standing there. They couldn't see its face. Was it a ghost? The family didn't stop to find out. They kept driving. Everyone in the car got goosebumps. What if they had stopped? It would have been super scary. Sometimes it's better to keep going and leave mysteries behind. Backpacking Sasquatch. In the woods of Utah, a hunter hiding behind trees saw more than just trees. A Sasquatch. This wasn't just any giant though. It looked like it was wearing a backpack. The creature was huge and hairy, walking between the trees like it was on a hike. It didn't seem to notice anyone watching as it went on its way. Maybe it was moving to a new part of the woods. That's why it was carrying a backpack. What could a Sasquatch possibly be carrying? Food? The mystery deepens. Night field fright. One night, a driver's car broke down in the middle of a field. Only his headlights lit up the area. As he looked around, he saw a scary scene on his right side. In the field, hiding behind some bushes, were white dots shining in the dark. They looked like eyes. The driver zoomed in with his camera and saw one of the dots moving. What if they were Sasquatches, quietly watching him? The driver hoped his car would start before they got any closer. Underground oddity. A water resource engineer was doing a routine check in the city's underground water channels when he saw a bizarre sight. There, hiding behind the water pipes, was a species that seemed beyond nature itself. The engineer put a flashlight at it and noticed the creature had webbed feet. Its body was covered in strange black markings. He knew he was witnessing an unknown occurrence, a bizarre hybrid that seemed part tiger, part fish. As he watched, it opened its mouth as if trying to scare him away. The engineer decided not to risk his safety and should go back, not wanting to provoke the creature any further. It might be a result of a failed science experiment. Backyard visitor. A local set up a camera in his backyard one night. He wanted to see if anything interesting happened while he slept. He must be ready for this shock. The camera caught a terrifying sight coming out of the darkness. It looked like a wolf. Its face was all scary and blurry. The creature paused for a moment, then quickly ran back into the bushes. Perhaps it was a werewolf, the kind of creature that haunted stories of the past, a long time ago in Europe. After watching this, I can't help but wonder, what other secrets lay hidden in the shadows of the night? Sigbin sighting. In a green field in Barangay Sangko, visitors were in for a shocking surprise as a mysterious creature appeared before them. It looked like a black, hornless goat with huge ears just sitting there when someone threw a stone at it. Quickly, it disappeared into the tall grass. It looked like a sigbin. In Philippine myths, sigbins are spooky creatures that come out at night. They're said to walk backward and can even turn invisible. The unexpected encounter made them realize that every corner of the field held the potential for surprises. Grave meeting. As night settled, a surprising conversation began near a grave, filled with darkness and mystery. A man wearing a turban, looking like he was from Iran or an Arab country, stood there. But he wasn't alone. Next to the grave sat a scary, creepy creature. It had a black body and fierce, glowing red eyes. It was either guarding the grave or the spirit of the person buried there. The turban man seemed to be talking to this demon-like figure. The creature listened closely, as if the man was revealing the secrets of past lives, lost dreams, and the connections between the living and the departed. Bike trail surprise. A group of friends were having fun biking through a wooded trail. Trees surrounded them. Then, out of nowhere, a strange creature appeared and started following them. Scared, the bikers jumped off their bikes. When they looked back, they saw it was hiding behind one of their bikes. It looked like Tarzan from the movies, with wild hair and wearing only pants. They thought that it might be some alien or a jungle man. As they hid in the woods, hearts beating fast, wondering if they'd ever seen anything like that before. What a crazy bike ride it turned out to be. Fluffy mystery. A weird video popped up online and went viral. It showed a creature I'm sure you are not aware of. What could it be? The mystery animal had yellowish skin and looked like a mix between a cat and a rabbit, but it was different from both. It had fingers with nails, not paws like a cat. It also had ears, a pink nose, and round eyes. People watching the video had all sorts of ideas. Some thought it might be a cat-bat-possum mix. Others said it looked like a wombat, but nobody knew for sure. What do you think this strange, fuzzy creature could be? Let us know your thoughts. Roadside oddity. Near a tall tower by the road, a strange creature sat there, leaving everyone who passed by questioning reality. This creature had a goat's face and 4 legs. But here's the strange part. It was sitting like a human. It was black with white ears and didn't move at all. The poor thing looked lost and sad. Maybe it didn't know where to go next. Was it a new kind of animal? Or maybe a monster from an old story? Whatever it was, it left an impression that wouldn't easily fade, ensuring that the roadside scene would be remembered for years to come. Sky Dragon surprise. In the twilight sky over hilly mountains, a huge creature was seen. It looked like a dragon from old stories. It had big, leathery wings and a long, snake-like tail. Its body seemed to glow a little in the dim light. It might be proof that dragons are real. For centuries, stories about these legendary creatures have been shared, capturing the imagination of countless people. Or perhaps it is an unknown species, hidden in the mountains, waiting for the perfect time to show itself. Whatever the truth may be, it left me eager to find out more. A strange discovery. In Mexico, a strange discovery got everyone talking. Experts found a creepy creature. At first, the blurry video made it look like Groot from the movies, but as the camera got closer, something else appeared. The creature had white scales on its body. It had long legs, arms, and fingers too. It might be a chupacabra, a legendary monster from Mexican stories. But sadly, it was a carcass. As the experts continued their investigation, they realized that this spooky creature might just be the key to unlocking more secrets hidden in Mexican folklore. So wait for the next discoveries. Alien discovery. An old video popped up on social media showing some otherworldly being. The creature was lying on the ground with one hand on its belly. It didn't look like any animal we know. It looked like the body of an alien. People watching the video couldn't believe their eyes. The sight made many wonder if Earth has always been a secret meeting place for alien life, and if this is just the start of more shocking discoveries. Glowing rocks. You might have seen rocks before, but in Texas, tourists spotted something truly strange. Rocks burning from the inside.
There's a fire inside the rocks.
The rocks looked normal on the outside, but through small spaces, the tourists could see red light inside. It was like the rocks had a fire in their bellies. Everyone was amazed. How could rocks be on fire inside, but not outside? Later, they found out it wasn't a fire at all. It could be a hot, melted rock called magma. The tourists couldn't believe their luck in seeing such a rare sight. Shadowy figure. Imagine standing in a deserted field when you suddenly notice a dark shape hiding behind some thin branches near a tall tower. That's what happened to one local. He saw a figure that looked spooky. It had 2 horns on its head. The local believed that it might be a satyr, a creature from old Greek stories that's half human, half goat. In those tales, satyrs lived in the woods and liked to have fun. They had human bodies, but goat legs and sometimes horns. With the figure watching him, the local felt a strange connection to the past, as if the tales of old were not just stories, but a living truth right before his eyes. Sad discovery. In the United States, an explorer's hike took an unexpected turn when he found an unexpected being lying in the leaves. At first, they thought it was just a pile of forest debris, but as he got closer, he realized it was a small, black figure, partly covered by leaves. It looked like a baby Sasquatch. The explorer's excitement turned to sadness when he saw the creature wasn't moving. Its face looked odd. Maybe it suffered. Poor little creature seemed to have lost its life all alone in the big forest. He felt sadness inside, knowing that baby Sasquatch would never walk in the forest again. Cave mystery.
Ty zamurowali klienta?
Explorers made an incredible discovery in the Cave of Whales that left them wondering if they'd found proof of ancient myths. As they crept deeper into the dark cave, their flashlights revealed strange sights. First, they saw a huge face with just one eye socket, like a cyclops. Then they found a headless body and a giant mouth with teeth stuck in the cave wall. The biggest shock came when they spotted a massive skull embedded in the rock. Could these be the remains of Nephilim, the giant offspring of angels and humans from old stories? This amazing find had the explorers' minds filled with questions about the past. What other secrets did Whales Cave hold? Hold on to your seats until next time. Treehole Watcher.
Why they be peeking like that?
Have you ever seen a tiny being peeking out at you from a tree? In a park with big old trees, an unusual sight caught the locals' attention. There was a round hole in the bark of a thick branch tree. Suddenly, a little creature was seen walking in it. It looked around as if checking if anyone saw it. Then, quickly, it went back into its dark home. Some people say these are forest guardians from old stories. Native Americans tell tales of little people living in secret places. The Shoshone talk about the Nemerigar, while the Catawba have stories about the Yehasuri. What a lucky day for the locals.
Why? Nah, come back out.
Glowing night flyer. What could make dark woods light up like magic? Some fireflies, right? But this time, they are not the reason. A hunter's camera caught an amazing view in the woods one night. It wasn't a regular bug or bird. This creature glowed. The mystery flyer lit up the trees with a bright blue light. It had wings, but they looked like they were made of strings or ropes. At first, the hunter thought it might be a phoenix, the magical firebird, but this was entirely different. What do you think this glowing creature could be? Let us know about your opinions. We will be glad to know. Zoologist find. A zoologist, while exploring the woods, noticed a figure that made him do a double take. There was a creature totally out of this world. At first glance, it resembled a burrowing owl with its round face and big yellow eyes. But as the zoologist carefully picked it up, he noticed bizarre features beyond explanation. The creature had a tail completely unlike any owl. Most shockingly, its wide mouth had creepy tentacles as well. He decided to take it to his lab for proper study, knowing this discovery could change everything scientists thought they knew about the animals in these woods. Swamp jumpers. Imagine walking in a swamp and seeing lots of strange glowing bugs. That's what happened to a folk exploring a muddy, wet area. He saw weird creatures that looked like big insects or frogs. These bugs had long legs perfect for hopping in mud. The creepiest part, their eyes glowed bright red in the dark. There were many of these odd bugs with string-like antennas on their heads. At the end, one jumped right at the camera. So scary. Were these some new kind of animal no one's ever seen before? What a spooky discovery in the swamp. Ancient discovery.
Ah, no manches.
In a village, a villager made an incredible find. Want to know what it was? He came across a massive bone. It was so big, he wondered if it could have belonged to a giant. The bone had an odd bump on one side, making it even more mysterious. Could this be evidence of the Nephilim, the legendary giants from Jewish biblical stories? The explorer's mind was filled with possibilities. The giants might once have walked on the earth. The village buzzed with excitement over this ancient discovery.
Llega hasta acá y hasta acá.
Jungle mystery. A hiker exploring the hilly forests of Nicaragua got the surprise of his life. Behind some branches, he spotted a strange being standing on a brick surface. It was small, skinny, and shimmered golden green in the sunlight. As the hiker crept closer for a better look, the creature suddenly went away up the mountain. It moved so fast, it was hard to see clearly. It probably was some alien or a goblin. It seemed the creature had come to this quiet spot looking for peace, not to be disturbed. But it didn't go that way.
Allá va.
Rainforest mystery. Have you heard about the weird creature found near the Amazon rainforest that got everyone talking? If not, then I'll introduce it to you. A video shows this strange squid-like thing in a big muddy hole. It has long, twisty tentacles and huge eyes that seem to stare right at you. People can't stop wondering what it could be. Is it some new animal no one's ever seen before? Or maybe it's a cryptid, one of those mysterious creatures from legends? The Amazon is full of surprises, but this slimy discovery is extra puzzling. What do you think it might be? This rainforest riddle has made everyone think twice before going to the forest. Glowing guardian. In the dark woods, a bright blue light suddenly lit up the whole site, revealing a strange creature hiding between the trees. It looked like a flower came to life, with big, glowing wings like petals. The creature danced in the air, jumping and flying gracefully. Its blue light made the woods feel like a fairyland. But just as quickly as it came, the glowing being vanished. The forest went dark again. It could be a forest spirit, or maybe a cryptid, one of those mysterious creatures people love to imagine. This blue flying wonder left behind a story of magic in the woods. Stringy creature. In a deserted field, a local got the surprise of his life. At first, he thought he saw a horse in the darkness, but when he shined his light, he couldn't believe his eyes. There stood a creature unlike anything he'd ever seen. It looked like it was made entirely of white strings or ropes. The weird thing seemed to be trying to fly, its stringy body moving in the night air. Shocked, the local filmed the mysterious being. When he shared the video online, people went wild. They started calling it the White Tiger Slala. The field had given up an amazing secret. Hill crawler. Wood woods are more than just trees. They hold secrets waiting to be discovered. So let's reveal one more. There was a creature that looked almost human. It was crawling along, with its two legs stuck together. The strange being had black hair and even wore clothes like a person, but the way it moved was super creepy. Suddenly, the creature changed direction. It went down the hill super fast. Was this some kind of shapeshifter? Or maybe a lost alien? Whatever it was, it left behind a mystery that gave everyone goosebumps. Lost alien.
I thought that was a female.
In a hilly area, a hiker saw the cutest, weirdest thing ever. A tiny gray alien was hanging out, looking lost. It had a hat on its head with two little horns sticking out. When the alien noticed it was being watched, it got scared. Quickly, it went away. The hiker watching surprised if this was a baby alien who had lost its family. Can you imagine how scared and confused the little alien must have been? Maybe its spaceship is hiding somewhere nearby. If you ever see a lost alien, remember to be kind. It's probably just trying to find its way home.
So, I thought that was a female.
Village's visitor. What if you saw a fictional character in real life? One day, a villager was in the outdoor wash area when coming from nearby was a weird animal. It was small and skinny, but it had huge ears that made it look just like a tiny elephant. The villager couldn't believe his eyes. It's like Dumbo or Snuffleupagus from TV, he told everyone later, or it might belong to some alien species. The little animal seemed shy and walked right past without even seeing the villagers. It left him wondering what this cute creature was doing here. Maybe it also came to wash its clothes. Park visitor. In a park, some locals were having a nice day out, but a big surprise was waiting for them when near behind two people sitting there. Peeking out from the leaves and branches was a scary creature with curved horns on its head. It just appeared once and got back. Maybe it didn't want to scare the people. Everyone started wondering, was it some kind of forest spirit? Or maybe a monster from old stories? Whatever it was, it sure gave those park visitors a day they'll never forget. So next time you go to the park, keep in mind that you might also get such a visitor there. UFO shifting. Imagine waking up to find a giant flying saucer in your garden. That's what happened to one local, but they had a solution. They called a truck to take the UFO away. In the video, you can see the spaceship on the back of the truck. It even had round windows, just like in the movies. Maybe aliens need to use Google Maps so they don't land in people's gardens. What if a UFO appeared in your backyard? It serves as a reminder that surprises can happen anytime. And now, let us move on to our subscriber pick of the day. The subscriber's pick.
You can see that this particular creature has got babies.
Have you ever heard of the African trapdoor spider? It's got a super cool secret life. These spiders make homes in the ground with a clever door on top. When explorers tried to look inside one of these homes, they found something amazing. The spider mama was protecting lots of tiny baby spiders, but they had to be careful. Ants might try to knock the babies. The little spiders are so small they can walk right between ants without getting noticed. When it was time to close up the spider's home, they had to be extra gentle. The spider used tiny hooks on her feet to grab the door and pull it shut. Just like that, she disappeared into her secret underground world.
And what I actually like to do is just to take a little bit of extra dirt and just rub it